Okay, welcome to episode 3 of Roommate Recorder. It's tie-dye day here in the Hymus Riley Studios. Hopefully someday Molly will give us a tutorial on how to make the most awesome tie-dye creations at home.
Yeah.
Maybe that's to come. Today, guess what? We still aren't playing our recorders. Dun, dun, dun! The reason is because there's just so much to know before you can really play. Now, as you know, you can play by ear already, right? You guys already did that.
Yeah.
But, just like that. But if you want to be able to read music, there's 2 things you need to know. First is reading notes on the staff, which maybe you could see a little bit of our poster in the corner there. But today we're going to be talking about how to read rhythm. Okay? Now, once again, rhythm is something you feel. It's something that hopefully just comes naturally to you the more you do it. And the truth is that this is not the way I would teach rhythm in my classroom. In my classroom, I would teach it starting in kindergarten, and we would slowly build upon our knowledge, and we would play games, and we would learn it all together. But these people, unfortunately, were not my students when they were in kindergarten, and I was in kindergarten. So we're going to try to take a mathematical approach today. Maybe this will help you think about rhythm in a new way if you are one of my students who already knows how to read rhythm. And I'm also hoping that parents, this will be a good opportunity for you to kind of follow along and understand how rhythm is working. So, are you guys ready?
Yes.
The first thing I want you to do is repeat after me. So push your 2 hands on your knees, and I just want you to repeat this after me. This is the steady beat. This is the steady beat. This is the rhythm in that beat.
This is the rhythm in that beat.
Good. So you guys, I want you to pat the steady beat for me, okay? You just say it over and over again. This is the steady beat. This is the steady beat. This is the rhythm in that beat. This is the rhythm in that beat. And stop. Thank you. It's hard, right? So the steady beat, the beat of the song, is the heartbeat. It always stays the same. It does not change, okay? But the rhythm of the song changes to match the words if you're singing, or if you're playing instruments, there aren't any words, but it does change throughout the song. That's what makes it catchy, okay? So today we're talking about rhythm. And have you ever heard me say music is math?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, good.
30 seconds ago.
What?
30 seconds ago.
Okay, 30 seconds ago. Music is math, and we're going to be including some math in what we do today. We're going to be talking about notes and rests today. So please pick up your papers and pencils and worksheets. Now, if you're watching at home, what I want you to do is pause the video and make your own chart that looks like this. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns with a little bit of space on the left side. And then I have 3 rows on mine. Now, my students here actually have 5 rows on theirs because someday we're going to add to this chart, but we're only going to do 3 rows today, okay? So pause the video if you need to and make your chart, and then we're going to go ahead and fill it in together. Okay, we're going to learn 3 notes and 3 rests today to make a total of
6.
Music is math, that's right. Make a total of 6. And right now, I just want you to write, follow along, and if you get confused, just keep rolling with me, okay? Of course, you're welcome to stop if we have a question, but we're going to try to roll through it together, okay? So, in your very top your first column, first row, I want you to write the word whole. W-H-O-L-E. So that's not like a hole in the ground. That's like, I want to eat a whole pizza. Okay? Then, in the second row of that same column, you're going to write half. H-A-L-F. And then in the third, you're going to write quarter. This is spelled just like the coin, the quarter. Q-U-A-R-T-E-R. So for each of these things, we have a note and a rest. Now, of those two words, note and rest, which one do you think would be silent?
Rest.
You're right. The rests are silent. The notes make sound. Okay? So, I'm going to show you first how to draw a whole note. It basically is an oval. Isn't that nice? You can make it fancier if you want. You could look up fancy ways to draw a whole note, but basically, it's just an oval like that. Okay, got that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, to make it a half note, we're still going to do an oval, but we're going to add a stem or a stick coming up. And then, to make a quarter note, we're going to do the exact same thing we did for a half note, but we're going to, what, anybody know? Or have a guess? What do you think, Molly?
Adding those little whimsy whoops.
Oh, people love to add those. And no, we're not going to do that yet. That's going to come down here.
Do we color it in?
Yes, we color it in the middle.
Okay.
Right here. Okay? You've probably seen that note most often. It's a very popular note. Okay? So, everybody say whole note.
Whole note.
Half note.
Half note.
Quarter note.
Quarter note.
Now, the same thing is true with the rests. The same thing meaning there are whole rest, half rest, and quarter rest. So, a whole rest, you're going to draw a line, and then you're going to draw a little rectangle under it. And I think it kind of looks like a hat. Do you guys think that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Upside down hat.
An upside down hat, that's right. I'll tell you a trick to remember this in just a second. Okay? So then for a half rest, same thing except flip it right side up. So we have a line and a rectangle. Okay? Here's what my music teacher taught me when I was in elementary school. She said that if you were a lady and you saw a man and he took his hat off, you would know that he was a whole man. But if he left his hat on his head, he was only half a man.
Oh, wow.
Now, politics aside, that really did help me remember whole and half rest. So maybe it'll help you too. Okay, for the quarter rest, it looks completely different. So erase everything you know and repeat after me. A Z and a C, a Z and a C. That's how you make a rest. Try it.
A Z and a C, a Z and a C.
That's how you make a rest. And for this instance, it's a quarter rest. So watch.
Rest.
I'm going to draw a Z,
Oh, yeah.
and then I'm going to connect it with a C.
Oh. What?
Both of them are going the regular way. In kindergarten this year, we started calling it a zoo cat. I don't really know why, but it's a regular Z, you could write zoo, and a regular C, cat.
Zoo cat.
Yeah,
Ooh,
those look nice. If yours ends up looking just like a squiggly mark, guess what? It's fine.
It's fine.
People will still know that's supposed to be a quarter rest, okay? So everybody say whole rest,
Whole
rest.
half rest,
Half rest.
quarter rest.
Quarter
Quarter
rest.
rest.
Beautiful. Okay, now, beats. Do you see how it says in 4/4? That's called a time signature. And of our 9 recorded karate songs, 8 of them are in the time signature 4/4. So we are thinking about the 4/4 time signature. Now, there are other time signatures and we could get complicated, but we're not going to. We're going to stay in 4/4. Okay, so just follow me, go with me on that. Okay? So in 4/4, for the beats, a whole note and a whole rest gets 4 beats. The number 4. A half note and a half rest gets
2.
How did you know that?
Because 4 is half of... No.
2 is half of 4. Interesting.
I know
wonder
that.
if that's a coincidence. All right, and then for a quarter note and a quarter rest, you're going to get how many beats? What would you guess?
1.
1. Amazing. Okay. So remember how I said that you have a little space to the left over here? I want to think about fractions for just a second. Okay?
Music is math.
Music is math, as we all know. So, now this is kind of a trick question.
No.
How do you write whole as a fraction?
1.
Amazing. 1 is correct. Okay, so next to the whole, I just want you to write the number 1. This is just kind of for fun. Over on the left. Just write it. Just write it.
Math is
Math is
fun.
fun. Okay. Now, how would you write half as a fraction?
1/2.
1/2, 1/2. And then, how would you write quarter as a fraction? This is a little trickier.
1/4.
Beautiful. 1/4. Do you notice anything about that?
Well, it's getting bigger.
Yes? Think about this column right here.
The opposite.
If I have 4 beats in a measure, a whole note is going to take up the
4 out of 4.
measure, 4 out of 4. If I have 4 beats in a measure, a half note is going to take up half of that, which would be
2.
2. If I have 4 beats in a measure, a quarter note is going to take a quarter of that, which is going to be
4.
1.
1.
Why are you
right?
writing up a 4?
In 4 beats, a quarter note. In 4 beats, a quarter note takes up 1
It's just
Yeah,
a visual.
you're right.
right? Okay? So if that doesn't help you, that's okay. But what I want you to know is that the person who created this system used math. They used fractions. These aren't just random names that we came up with. Okay? Now, here's what you mostly need to know. So are you focused now? You can forget all of this if you want. Here's what I really want you to know. If you see a quarter note that looks like this, you are going to say the word ta, T-A. Everybody say it, please.
Ta.
Ta. And write that in your chart. Ta.
Ta.
Okay? If you see a half note, you're going to say ta.
Ta.
So here's how I write it. T-A hyphen A. Ta. Can you say it like that for me?
Ta.
Thank you. And if you see a whole note, you're going to say ta. Try it. Yeah, so, and I just write D-A hyphen A hyphen A hyphen A. Ta. Okay? That is the most important part for rhythm reading, and we're going to test it right now. Okay? Now, let's review. If I see a quarter note that looks like this, what am I going to say?
Ta.
What am I going to say for a half note?
Ta.
Thank you. What am I going to say for a whole note?
Ta.
Very good. What am I going to say for a quarter rest?
You didn't tell us.
What do you think?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just did it, actually. You said nothing at all. What are you going to say for a half rest?
Nothing.
Nothing for 2 beats. What are you going to say for a whole rest?
Nothing for
Nothing
4
for 4 beats. So it would sound like this. Okay?
Okay.
Do we have
let's
to make
test
that
it.
face?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How else will
Let's
we know?
test it. I'm going to show you a rhythm pattern.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to count you in, and you're going to read it. You can do this, okay? My kindergartners at home, if you're watching, you might be able to show up my roommates on
Can you
this.
cheer us on?
Yeah,
from
give them a
home?
little cheer, okay? So I'm going to say, and actually I want you to pad the steady beat too.
Okay,
so
that'll
pad
help.
it with me. 1, 2, here we go.
Ta, 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 ta.
Try it again, and here you go.
Ta, 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 ta.
That was very good. Keep that steady beat. And 1, 2, here you go.
Ta, ta,
Try it again, and here you go.
ta, ta,
Thank you. And next one, go.
ta, ta,
Try it again, and here you go.
ta, ta,
Thank you. And next one, go.
ta, ta, ta,
Try it again, and here you go.
ta, ta, ta,
Thank you. And next one, go.
ta,
Beautiful job. Let's do it again.
ta.
Thank you. And next one, go. Amazing. And let's go. Here we go.
Ta,
Thank you. And next one, go.
ta, ta, ta,
Try it again, and here you go.
ta, ta, ta.
And stop. Oh my word. You've got to give yourself a round of applause. That was so good, you guys. Okay. So, in our next lesson, we are going to put together reading notes on the staff and reading rhythms so that we can sight read and then play our very first song, Hot Cross Buns. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope you can practice these rhythms at home. It's more important that you can read them than that you could fill out this whole chart. This is just if it helps you to think about it in kind of a methodical way. But this part of how to say it is the most important thing I want you to know right now. Got it?
Yes, tall.
Thank you for being risk takers today. I thought you did a great job.
Thank
And
you.
I'll see you next time on Roommate Recorder.
Bye, friends.
Roommate Recorder.
That was the hardest one yet. My hands are sweating.